Assalamu alaikum, hello there, and what about ye? Welcome back to Qatartainment. I'm Glenn Dower and I'm here with a quick TV review. I've been loving this show so much I just had to tell you guys about it and encourage you to get ready for the season finale of The Penguin. So far we've had 7 unbelievable episodes of this show. And I can't get enough of it, and I cannot wait for the series finale coming this Sunday to Max. So where are we at in the show? Of course, it stars Oscar nominee Colin Farrell. Now we know already he is unrecognizable in this role. We saw him in The Batman in 2022 as the Penguin, as Oz Cobb, and he was superb. And he said himself, he has a few juicy lines, but his role was limited. But now he has a juicy TV show all of his own, set straight after the Batman film, just after Paul Dano's The Riddler act of terrorism that flooded Gotham, and now we're in the aftermath, as several of the crime families are now trying to take control of Gotham City's underworld. And obviously Oz feels he is the man to take up the vacancy, but he has some obstacles in his way, of course, mainly in the shape of Sophia Falcone, played by superb Kristen Milioti, and she plays a very worthy adversary. So over the course of the 7 episodes, it's shaping up to be the Goodfellas of Gotham. Now Goodfellas is my #1 Martin Scorsese movie, it's my #1 gangster movie, and this plays it so perfectly well. Everyone has that amazing accent, so obviously we're in the Brooklyn area of Gotham. So every single character has its own arc, has their own objective, their own motivation, and it is all about getting that one step up on your adversaries. Over the course of 7 episodes, we've had Oz, we're getting to know him. Now we can leave behind Danny DeVito's mutant from the sewer. We can leave behind Burgess Meredith's crazy Birdman from the 1960s show, thankfully, and this is a whole new Penguin. First of all, he's not Oswald Cobblepot. He is Oz Cobb. Very quick, very easy to remember, and very much like Matt Reeves' original Batman movie, everything is dark and gritty and as real as possible. Even realer, even darker, even grittier than the Nolan Batverse. And not a bad thing at all. We're thrown into this universe that we know already from the Batman movie. We know the characters, we know who these different families are, but we're given first-hand view of Cobb's rise through the very well-worn trope, but here's used well, of him hiring a new personal assistant, if you like, played by Renzi Feliz. He is taken under, no pun intended, the wing of the Penguin and shown around what it means to be in organised crime. So he's asked to kill, he's asked to rob, he's asked to steal, but do it as a gentleman. Of course, because that is one of the Penguin's main attributes of a character throughout the comics, throughout the TV shows. He's always a gent, even if he is a murdering thief, psychopath. But the characters are all so charismatic, it doesn't matter what they do because we're still behind them. Because we have no main protagonist. There's no Batman, there's very flickers, but no real mention of a Commissioner Gordon, no real mention of any other of the Rogues Gallery. The Riddler is not forgotten. We just get a tiny little Easter egg in episode 7 when we see the father of a very prominent Rogues Gallery member. The pacing, the structure of the show has been superb, and you'll see online people are saying each episode is even better than the last, and I have to agree. You'll see on IMDb, no episode has rated less than 8.5, which is astounding for a TV show in a comic book movieverse, but is well worth your time if you haven't already. So I'll just outline the main plots of each of those episodes. Here we go. Episode 1, After Hours. The death of Carmine Falcone and a post-flood crime wave motivates Oz Cobb to fill the power vacuum left in the criminal underworld of Gotham City, while Falcone's children attempt to keep their family together. 8.8 out of 10. Episode 2, The Inside Man. Sophia works to secure her family's strength, while Oz attempts to play both the Falcones and Maronis to his advantage. 8.5 out of 10. Episode 3, Bliss. Oz and Sophia must address the skeletons in their closet as they attempt to control the future of Gotham's drug trade. Another little Easter egg, their drug of choice is a product of none other than Poison Ivy in the comic books. Shall we see her return? While Victor is torn between his new life and what remains of his old one. 9 out of 10. Episode 4, finalé. Confronting the events that turned her into the Hangman and led to a decade-long fight for survival in Arkham, Sophia makes plans for a more hopeful future. 9.5 out of 10. This has been the highlight episode, as Sophia has been front and center. She's been a very worthy adversary to Cobb, and sometimes we feel it is her show, and it's all the better for it. So if you want to start somewhere, if you haven't seen it before, check out episode 4 straight away. Episode 5, Homecoming. With his nascent operation at stake, Oz makes a desperate move to turn the tables. Meanwhile, Sophia strives to build a new legacy for herself. 8.8 out of 10. Episode 6, The Gold Summit. Despite his enemies' attempts to smoke him out, Oz seeks to expand his reach in the city. Meanwhile, Victor crosses paths with a former adversary. And here's where we're at, folks. Episode 7, Top Hat. Now, we see a very, very interesting and also terrifying origin story of this current incarnation of Oz, Cobb, where he plays with his younger brothers in a flashback. They go into the sewer and we see why he has his limp, because he has a leg in a brace, and that leads him to struggle, to shove his behind, to limp all the way after his brothers, who do seem to look after him, but will ridicule him once in a while. And it comes to a head when they're playing in the sewer, in the pouring rain, and he happens to purposefully lock them inside a drain and says, good luck getting out. And he waddles his way back to his ma, his beloved ma, who plays a key role in this series, and you can sort of tell she ain't making it out alive out of this season. And there we see his adoration of his mother. We see how he wants to be the number one boy, and he murdered his way to do so. It tells us so much about his character, so much about his journey, and that episode is called Top Hat. Oz fights to preserve his family and his enterprise, while Sophia makes a shocking discovery. ... Now leaves us with the episode finale, episode 8, Great or Little Thing. Wow, I cannot wait, folks. Now I'm an MCU guy, day in, day out, all day long, but Batman has always been my guy, up there with the Incredible Hulk. They're always fighting it out, imagine that, for my love. And I've always been so happy inside the Batverse, so I'm beyond thrilled. I feel spoilt by this show. It was better than anyone could have ever predicted. Colin Farrell himself has said he's adored it. He's executive producer along with Matt Reeves, so he's invested in this. And he said, of course, that he struggles with the makeup, struggles with the costume. That may deter him from taking up the role again, but I think he has Emmy Awards coming his way, and they're very highly deserved. It's around episode 2 or 3 that we forget he's under the makeup because we're watching Oz Cobb. We're watching the evolution of the Penguin, and it's riveting. We forget it's Colin Farrell, we forget it's a handsome dude underneath. We're watching this rogue, we're watching this gangster turn into what he wants to become. We only hear the word penguin once, just once, that I can recall, and even he is not happy about it. So we know this is a title placed upon him by his adversaries. But he can see him evolve, you can see his body shape, his body language change, his costume changes and evolves throughout the series into what we know and love from the Penguin. And it's so different from Danny DeVito, so different from Burgess Meredith. We're in a whole new Batverse, and I can't wait to see more. I know you'll love it, folks. I know you'll be Qatartained, and I hope you've been Qatartained with this mini review of mine. So please, as always, like, subscribe, follow if you're listening or watching. And please leave a comment, get involved with the conversation. We want to hear from you. And we want to hear if you want to hear more of these reviews, because in our team, we're watching movies, we're playing games, we're watching TV shows, we're visiting venues, we're visiting events, and we want to meet and we want to hear from you. So ring the bell, hit the like, and leave a comment as soon as you can. Now, waddle off and watch The Penguin and send us your review right now. This has been Glenn Dower for Qatartainment signing off.
Ma? I'm gonna take care of you, Ma. You know that, right? I'd do anything for you. And if you don't believe me, well, you don't gotta. Because I'm gonna prove it to you. Just don't give up on me.
I know what I lost. What he took from me.
Don't fucking touch her!
I just want to know, was it worth it? Oswald Cobb, man of the people.